Good morning. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Good morning. Let people know that we are live. We are live and rolling. We are live and rolling. Let me know what part you are joining in from. We are ready to roll. What part are you joining in from? We are on all the platforms today. So let me see. Let's get this going. For people that will be joining on good morning to you all. Let me know what part you're joining in from, okay? What part are you joining in from? I think I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch with, I have a lot of things in my hand. I'm gonna write, you see this? So let me position them here. Very good. And I'll do something too. Bear with me when I switch the cameras. One moment. Maybe I should just put it here. Oh, it's even good. Okay, just switching things around. For those who will be watching this, the replay is there. Okay, you can watch the replay on one of the biggest platform ever, the Red app. Okay, the Red app. You can watch it over there. Now let's see. I think we're good. Let me know what part of the world you're joining in from. Where are you joining from? Where are you watching the live from? What part of the world? By the way, if you want to watch this on a replay, go on my YTB. You know where it is, where you go to subscribe there and put in Reset with Coach Sheffy. Reset with Coach Sheffy. It will give you the ability to watch this over and over again. Let me know where you're joining in from. Let people know that we are ready and rolling. Okay. And as you come in, please go ahead and tap the screen. This is how the algorithm will let people know that something is happening. By the way, let me see. I'm watching from Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire, comment ça va? Bonne arrivée, bonne arrivée. Ça, c'est très bien. Bonne arrivée. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome to the live. OK, donc tu peux aller sur mon compte YouTube. Je suis sur YouTube et tu mets recettes avec Coach Sheffy. C'est R-E-S-E-T avec Coach Sheffy. OK? So, yes, as you're coming in, keep pouring in, reshare the live, post the live, let people know that we are live, and keep tapping on the screen. That's how the algorithm will let the other people know that we are live and ready to roll. Okay, very good. Let's see. I'm gonna wait a little and then we're gonna dive in. Good job. Everything I'm going to share with you, merci beaucoup. Everything I'm going to share with you is not just something that I've learned, but it's a lived experience. I am a certified identity coach and nervous system research specialist. So what do? I teach, I help my clients to stop self-sabotage at the nervous system level and build an identity to stay consistent. There are two things that stand against us. One of them is the identity and what? And nervous system. This is what most people don't know. So what I'm sharing with you today, it's not like just coming and pour things that I've learned, but I've lived it. So that's where my passion comes from. Every time that I come, I have one goal in mind. What is this goal? The lady or the woman that was stuck in 2009. This woman that felt like this is how her life is going to end. And then one day my son asked me a question that woke me up. My son was like, "Mommy, are we poor?" Most of you have had a moment like this, but not everybody is bold enough to say, you know what, I matter and enough is enough. So I'm testifying everything I say at this moment has already been proven in my life. Everything that I'm going to share with you, okay, is already proven in my life. So please don't take this moment like any other live, any other video. If you're truly tired of repetitive pattern in your life, it feels like you're reading the books. It feels like you're watching the lives. It feels like you're doing everything, but nothing is changing. This might just be your invitation. This might just be the video that you need to watch, or this might just be the live that you need in this moment. And also, if you see me turning heads, different places, I have at least 3 gadgets here. My goal is to service all my clients, all my followers around. So as soon as this live is done, you can watch the replay on the bigger platform, the rectangle one. You know what I'm talking about, because TikTok doesn't like us saying this. But anyway, welcome to the room. Welcome to the live. Make sure you have your notebook ready because you're going to have a lot of things that are going to help you. What I teach is, for instance, when I'm talking, one thing that we have learned is this. When you don't have motivation, for instance, if you keep repeating the pattern of self-sabotage, you will hear what the people will tell you is this, is because you are not motivated enough. But guess what? There is more to self-sabotage than motivation. There is more to self-sabotage than discipline. Okay, so I've lived it, I've experienced it, and my life has already proven that, okay, something can change. On my live yesterday, someone came and the person was saying it's a fixed pattern. It can never be changed. It can never be transformed. So now let me ask you, if you've ever started over so many times, you keep starting over and over so many times, and it feels like you have made that become your personality. If you believe that there is a part of you that can never be transformed because of this repetition of a pattern of starting over and over. So this video, this live is definitely for you. So I need you to stay right here because at this exact moment, I am going to show you exactly why you keep starting over. I'm going to show you why you keep repeating this pattern, why this keeps happening over and over again. And it has nothing to do with discipline. It has nothing to do with motivation. And guess what? This is coming from someone who is known as a motivational force, okay? It's not about your motivation. It's not about your discipline, but it's beyond what you've never heard people told you about. Okay, so welcome. Welcome. Let's keep pouring in. We have a goal that we want to reach. You already know. TikTok, we have a goal that we want to reach. Let's reach the goal and move it out of the way, okay? Because I know once we start, we don't stop. That's what we do down here. Thank you for tapping. Thank you so much. So welcome, welcome. For those of you just joining the live, for those of you just coming on across my, my page, across my channel and all those things, I welcome you. We are talking about something that has kept some of you, that has prevented you from moving forward. We are talking about something that has kept some of the most capable people like you, people that are filled with faith, that are stuck in a loop. And they thought that they are that loop. You're stuck in a pattern and you think that you are the pattern. And it seems like this pattern cannot be fixed, cannot be changed. And you end up saying, is this how my life is going to end? This is what I used to ask myself. Okay, so not because you don't want to be better, not because these people that I work with, they don't want to be better. Rather, they want to be better. This is why videos like this, lives like this are being suggested to you, okay? So it's not because you don't want to pray. It's not because you don't know what to do or you're not talented, but because nobody ever told you what is actually happening inside your body. The Bible says, a body you prepare for me to do your will. And most people ignore the body while they are struggling to move forward. I don't see how that is going to be possible. Most people, they are ignoring their body while they are trying to move forward in life. But guess what? What makes you legal on this earth is this body. If this body is gone and somebody sees you, they'll start running away from you because they're going to say this, that's a ghost, right? So this body is what makes you legal here on this earth. Now, so it's not, you cannot want to move forward. You don't want to move forward while you're forgetting or you're neglecting your body, because nobody ever told you that what is actually happening is happening inside the body. The body holds memory. Okay, the body holds memory and your identity. So whenever you want to move forward, it feels like something is holding you back. Okay, whenever you feel like going forward and reaching your goal, it feels like something is holding you back. So this is some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. Now let me tell you some of the things that helped me. I used to be a chronic starter, okay? Chronic starter. I used to be a chronic starter. I will start strong, inspired, ready to roll, and then something will happen and I will stop. This used to be what I was used to doing over and over again. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. Welcome to the live. I see TikTok, my people are pouring in. Thank you so much. Okay, so I used to be a chronic starter. Let me tell you who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about, because I want you to know this is not a theory, right? My name is Shafi and I am a certified identity coach and nervous system research specialist. Yay! Gifts are pouring in. Merci beaucoup. And a nervous system research specialist. And before I tell you what that means, this is what it is. Let me tell you what it cost me to understand it. Okay? Before becoming an identity coach and a nervous system research specialist, let me tell you what it cost me to understand it. I've been the person who starts over. I used to start over and over and over again. I used to believe that that's my identity. So multiple times I'll keep starting over, not because I was lazy. That's what society would tell you. And that's what I believed growing up. That is because I was lazy, right? Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't have the faith, or not because I wasn't praying. I was praying. I was doing all the religious activities, right? To keep moving forward. I was doing the fasting, everything that I could. And I'm glad I did them, because in the process of it, it took me higher than what I needed to understand. Thank you for the person that is tapping on the screen. Thank you so much. I see the numbers are going up. This is what we need. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I did all the activities. I wanted to understand, why is this keep happening over and over again? The fasting, the praying, the reading part of the books. I couldn't read all the books. I'm not gonna lie. I love to read. I grew up reading, so I love to read. But as I was moving through life, it started becoming difficult. So what I used to do is, I'll get the book, I read at least 5 pages. I go further than 5 pages, 25 pages, and then that's all that I could do. But guess what? Anytime I stop halfway, that is foul in the nervous system. That is foul in my brain. So multiple times I kept starting over and over again. I don't know if you can see my screen, my board very well. Okay, this is good. Right? So I kept starting over and over again. So that's the language that the nervous system had about me, okay, in the past as a chronic starter. So I kept starting over and over again, multiple times, not because I was lazy, not because I didn't have the faith, or I did all the work like I told you, but I was doing everything I knew to do. I was doing everything I was taught to do. I tell you, welcome to the life. That's why I say, get the notebook, because your life is going to be transformed. Somebody is saying, oh my goodness, I'm doing this exact thing right now. See, so that's what inspires me to come out. That's where my passion comes from, because I know that which I've been through some years back, someone is going through right now. So that's why I come to share the framework that I use, not only for me, but also that I as a coach, that I help my clients with. And I believe this is going to transform your life as well, right? Now, so I was doing everything and then still feeling stuck, because that's what I've learned. I was high functioning, wanting to prove myself. From the outside, people will say, oh my goodness, naturally, the incarnation of motivation. So that's how I earned the name, the motivational force, naturally. Some people call me hot pepper, but that's their own definition of motivation. Because when I'm somewhere, things have to start moving. Thank you for the repost. So naturally, I carry that charisma as someone who motivates people. Even before teaching or before coaching people, I was teaching African dance. So if you know about African dance, it's energetic movement. So naturally, I incarnate that personality. So from the outside, I could easily fool people. But you know that you can fool everybody, but you cannot fool yourself. So my world was crumbling from the inside. I was holding things together as a single parent, as someone building something real. And on the inside, I could not understand why I kept repeating this pattern. I could not understand why I kept strengthening this pattern. I could not understand why, okay, everything was collapsing at the same time, because the center was broken, because the source was broken. That's what used to happen. So what I didn't know then, that I'm glad I've discovered along the way, is this. And this is what I'm going to teach you in this moment. And this is what I usually teach on my lives, on the replay when you watch it later, is that I wasn't failing, or I wasn't falling because of my behavior. I was falling and failing because my identity had never been reset. Okay? I was moving from a broken identity and was trying to fix that identity. Bonjour, bonjour. I was trying to fix that identity. So I was moving from an identity that needed a reset, but I didn't know. And my nervous system was running a version of me that no longer existed. So most of you right now, you are moving with a broken identity and a dysregulated nervous system. When I talk about dysregulated nervous system, I'm also talking about the nervous system that you inherited, okay? So your nervous system has an image of maybe a parental nervous system was passed down to you. Anything that you've learned is stored up in the nervous system. That's why it's very important to regulate along the way. As a busy mom of 3, I have my moment to regulate. You're gonna see me sometimes when I'm with my children, you'll see me raising my calf, and I bring it down. Because what is nervous system regulation? It's as simple as doing what? As simple as being intentional. So what makes the regulation is the intentionality, okay? For instance, you're going to drink water. Usually when we're about to drink water, we don't think, right? Because the body is used to it. All you do is what? You get a bottle of water and then you just drink. So you don't think when you're driving. It's all part of us. It has become natural. So nobody takes time to process anything. That means you are not present. You're just moving through life, but you are not present. So when you're moving, but not present, you're functioning from a dysregulated place. What keeps you being present is being grounded. And grounding is when you're in the present moment. Right? So this is what most people don't do. And that's what I didn't know either. So that is what I do now by helping. Even before that, let me tell you, I'm still sharing about my story. So when God finally showed me what was happening, not just spirituality, right? Not just how people will say manifestation. It was deeper than manifestation. Because guess what? You can have all the million in life, but when you don't have the identity to secure that money or multiply from there by helping other people, in which way? Not to give your money away. That identity is not secure, then the same way you got the money, the same way you're gonna lose the money. Remember the gentleman that came out with the word, that's so demure, not so demure? I watched a video of him when he went to, he was on interview, and he was saying how when the money came in, the same way the money came in was the same way the money left, because there needed to be an identity, and that identity wasn't built. So it's not hard for God to give you money, okay? But what is needed is the identity. Most of you right now, that's why you're going to say, why is it hard to change? God is not mostly concerned about the money, because eventually once you are positioned, you're aligned, once you know who you are, okay, that money will be there. But most people right now, you've been taught something, and that's why you're frustrated. So if you stay on the life till the end, you're going to learn that, okay, there's more to manifestation that coaches will not teach you. There's more to manifestation that the manifestation coaches will not tell you, okay? They're going to tell you manifest, and you end up manifesting people's husband, you know? And at the end of the day, a month later, everything that you manifested, you end up losing it. You end up not finding it. So you're doing it the other way around. That's why it looks like the work is so hard. Okay? So when God finally showed me what was happening, not just spirituality, right? Not just spiritually, but in my body. When you're working with God, this is what it is. That's how my work with my clients is different from what I've seen so far. Okay? You can come in my coaching session, you come with one thing and you end up deeper, you're diving deeper. People have been on my live and they say, oh, this feels like therapy. The reason why it feels like therapy, because your soul is being addressed. Today, hopefully, I might talk about the mother wound. What most of you don't know is the mother wound can also lead to the fact that you are not being productive. As mothers, as women, we are called to multiply, right? So if you have a mother wound, it will affect, I don't know if I put it here, I did it. If you have a mother wound, it affects your productivity. It also leads to you self-sabotaging. But what they will tell you is this, because you're not disciplined. And then you think it's because you're not disciplined. So you end up being disciplined. But before discipline, you need identity. So you're doing it the other way around, right? So when God started showing me, not just spiritually, okay, the spirituality aspect of it is the identity aspect of it. So when I talk about identity, and I'm going to dive in deeper, I'm talking about who you are. And this is what helped me along the way. What helped me along the way is this. And so remember, the person I used to be, the person I was known around this. A chronic starter. I start, I stop, I start, I stop, constantly looking forward to Monday, constantly looking forward to a new week, constantly saying that, okay, I'll start again. So my nervous system was strengthened around starting over and over and over again. So already the nervous system was on a high alert, okay? And when we talk about high alert, that's the amygdala kicking in. So the nervous system was on high alert, where my ceiling, all I could do in that moment is showing up strong for 3 days. After 3 days, something will happen and I drop the ball. So that's what the nervous system knows. So already when I start on day 1, the nervous system went ahead and know that day 3, something will happen and then she will stop. So when when I started seeing the pattern, not just spiritually, but in my body, in my patterns, in the way my nervous system was wired around the starting over and over again, everything changed, not in years, but daily. Okay, because the action you take today shapes what is going to happen tomorrow. You see that? And what is going to happen tomorrow reflects in what is going to happen in the week. What is going to happen in the week shows in the month, and what is going to happen in the month. Okay, so everything is from the backwards. So it's pushing you in the more months and then the year. This is why most of you right now, you're playing catch up. You are playing catch up, because even though you are in this present year 2026, most of you are living in the past. Physically, you're here, but emotionally, mentally, you are either in the past or in the future. In the past is when the brain takes you into the past to find a track record. And in the future is when you're already tired of the present moment, because you can feel the failure and you just want to keep pushing your life to the front. Okay, now this is the exact thing that I do right now. This is what I teach. This is what I help my client with. I help high functioning people who look strong, capable from the outside, right, but feel chronically inconsistent in the inside. And this is what I do so that they can finally understand what is actually keeping the loop, what is actually creating and reinforcing the pattern. Not only to identify the loop, but also how the loop can be broken with God and the right understanding, the right definition of things, right? With the science, so I do this with God, with neuroscience, with identity work that goes deeper than any habit tracker, that goes deeper than accountability, that goes deeper than any accountability group you could ever be part of. So that is who I am. That was just an introduction. So that is who I am. And I'm glad now I can say this. Now I can say this. It was a torture back then. You know, when you plan and then you keep repeating the same pattern, it comes with shame. But I'm glad that I took that journey. In order to better teach it, you have to live it. So maybe most of you right now, you might be one day teaching this. So be grateful. Gratitude will take you far. I know that's not who you are. That's not who you want to be. But as you keep being grateful, especially gratitude about what? Gratitude about life, gratitude about being on lives like this, it looks like it's not landing, but one day you'll be like, wait. Even when I was being distracted, taking notes or doing whatever I was doing, scrolling, it was landing. One day you're going to understand. And I'm glad that, by the grace of God, I took that journey and I wasn't stuck. Guess what? A lot of people are still stuck in the past because they don't have the right understanding of what is happening. So this is who I am. That is why I am here. And that's what we are going to change. That's what I'm going to help you with. By the end of this live, by the end of the replay, by the end of everything, I want you to have a different definition about who you are. That is where things change, who you are as a person. Because most of you right now, you're moving with shame. Why shame? Anytime the brain is trying to see a better version of you, the brain pulls you back to the past. Remember I said this, most of you, even though you are present in 2026, a lot of people are stuck in the past. Okay, so why you keep starting over and what nobody tells you is this. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Guys, something is happening on TikTok. TikTok is the place, okay? The love that is pouring in. Oh my goodness. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. So now, why do you keep starting over? And what nobody tells you is this. Before I even tell you, let me ask you this question. And you're going to put 1, okay? We don't shame here. I ask for a reason. And when you engage, it helps you to also feel present. We are working about being present. Engaging the brain. So when I ask, please, if it feels like you, just put the number that is corresponding to it. Now, how many times have you said, this time is different? This time I have a plan. How many times have you said that? And if you know the number, please put it in. Yes, thank you, right? So 1, if you once said this, somebody already went ahead of me because I believe they have been on the live before. They're like, so put 1 in the chat, okay? Even if you're watching this on a replay, put 1 in the chat. If you've ever told yourself, this time is going to be different, thank you, right? It's going to be different. This time things are going to change. Okay, very good. Now, put 2 in the chat if you said, this time I have a plan. And usually we say things like this when it's toward the end of the new year, when we are getting into the new year. We're like, this year, oh my goodness, it's my year. So put 2 if you told yourself, this time I have a plan. 2 if you told yourself, this time I have a plan. 1 if you said, this time is going to be different. Right. I see them coming in already. Good job on IG. Good job on YT. Good job on TikTok, right? And you said, this time I have accountability. This time I really meant it. I've said all this and all the times, it looks like I am repeating my year over and over and over again. And so for this reason, right? Oh man, sorry. So it will work for a season because there is 6 steps before we repeat the pattern. The first step is what? Is the starter level. Okay, that's the chronic starter level. The first step is that's the ignition. So when you make the decision, that's motivation being cued in to be unseen. So when you said, this time things are going to be different, that decision didn't just come from nowhere. It came from a message that you heard. Okay, it came from something that has happened. My moment was when my son asked me, Mommy, are we poor? When my son asked me that question, I'm like, oh my goodness, enough is enough. Things have to change. And the question that my son asked me wasn't just because of a financial situation, but I could understand that there was something that was happening deeper, above, because children can sense things, right? Because this child, he didn't need anything. So what made him to ask at that age, as a toddler, Mommy, are we poor? Okay, it wasn't even something that he heard or learned from nowhere. So that means my identity was reflecting something that he could smell, the poverty in that identity, the brokenness in that identity, right? The dysregulated nervous system in whatever performance I was putting on. As a mom, you have to show up for your children. You don't want to look like a failure. So that was my moment. And I know every time when I say this, and so that would be the ignition, that's the starter, that's what keeps you to start. You see that? So that's what pushes you forward. So that's the wake-up moment. That was my wake-up moment. But this is what usually happens. Most people have had moments like this. They start and then they fall back to where they used to be. So now they have had a lot of wake-up moments that they ignore the signal. When my son asked me that, I was like, wait, I had a smile on my face, but I'm like, wait. I'm like, God, you have to go that far. Hey, you love me so much. You have to go that far. You see that? You have to go that far. You know the love of God? Please, this is not church. It's not church. It's not church. But my background is Christian, okay? So when you come on my live, you come on my replay, you're gonna hear me talk about God. You're gonna hear me, and when I say God, you're gonna hear me talk about Jesus. You're gonna hear me talk about the Holy Spirit. So that is a guarantee. I'm not gonna lie to you. If it happened, you'll be warned, but it's gonna happen. You're gonna hear me talk about the Word of God. That is my transformation. And also you're gonna hear neuroscience. So these are the three things that I use: God, neuroscience, okay, and movement. In God, part of that, you're going to hear identity. So God, neuroscience, and movement. And this is what the whole thing builds who you are as a person. They all build you as a person, okay? So that being said, I've taken that out of the way. Don't say I didn't warn you. You are warned, but it's not church. Stick around, you will see. That was just a commercial break. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, this is what it used to be, and this is how it kept happening over and over again, right? So many times I've said things are going to change, and for a season, it works. You feel the momentum, you feel it happening, you feel the shift, you think finally. And then in the moment of your celebration, something happened. This is what I usually tell people. It's not because you have plan. It's not because you have a goal, you set a goal, okay, set goal, that life will wait for you to reach your goal. If life has to pause for you to reach your goal, then it's not life. We call it life because there is movement. Okay, so I want to shift your awareness on something right now. Because when I used to repeat that pattern, I thought life was happening against me. I thought everybody else had it figured out, but just me. And when it comes to my turn to figure it out, things become tougher. If you've ever believed something like this, should we bump you up to 5? Please put 5 in the chat. I've never seen people say that, but hey, please put 5 in the chat. Okay? If you've ever felt that other people got it easy, but I didn't, please put 5 in the chat. Please put 5 in the chat. That's what I love it. Yes, that's what I used to think, that, okay, A, B, C, D, they got it easy. Then it's my turn. Thank you, everybody. Then it's my turn, and it's like life is just bringing things that I don't know. I don't want to, not things that I don't know, but the challenges that I don't want to, you know? So that itself was carrying a lot of shame. I'm like, okay, there's something must be wrong with me. Because if this person was able to figure it out, then something must be wrong with me. So then life will happen, and then it shifts everything. It might be something external, right? Let's say a feedback from your boss, your children, you know, as a parent, your children are sick, you need to attend to them. But meanwhile, your goal was to go to the gym and wake up at 5 a.m. So right now, if your child is sick and maybe even bedridden, what are you supposed to do? There goes your momentum that you were creating, and everything will start from the beginning. And it's hard on some people, and it used to be hard on me because that part of me to be consistent wasn't there yet. So once you drop the ball, it's hard to pick it up. That's what the challenge is for many people, okay? Because that has been repeated, we have this, remember the poverty mentality is also a victim mentality. Poverty mentality is victim mentality. Okay? So that victim that says, okay, why is this happening? Life is called life for a reason. Your goal would not make life stop. When it stops, that means you're no longer on this earth. You see, when somebody is at the hospital, they put them on the monitor, right? The heart monitor, the breathing and everything. When it's linear, that means life is not, they have to call the emergency people to come in. They call code blue, I believe, to come and check on the patient because something is not okay. So when it's going up and down, it means there is activity, there is movement, right? It's going up and down. It indicates that there is movement. But when it's linear, it's like, uh-oh, that's not okay. People have to come in and assist in this moment. So then when that moment happened, the setback, the disappointment, a hard week, you know, have a bad grade or your child or anything that could happen, or it might be nothing at all, just a quiet collapse that you can't even explain, and then you are starting over again. But most people are not wired like that, okay? Most people think, okay, this is just who I am, and they start believing this is just who I am. Now, this is what most people are told when, for instance, this is what most coaches will tell you, a therapist, someone that you know, a mentor will tell you. They will tell you, okay, it's because you're not disciplined. If you've ever believed or you've ever been told that you're not disciplined, please put one in the chat, okay? And then this might just be, where is my erase? Oh my, okay, it's right here. Today, if we have enough time, I might walk you through some regulation because it's very important. I put this here for a reason. I don't know if you can see from that far. Can you all see? Did I? Let me see. Thank you for putting one in the chat. Olebs, welcome, my dear friend. Always a pleasure seeing you here. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. I mean, not my, I always say screen. So used to mirror, like the screen in the mirror. Okay. Hey, Oles, it's mirror, so you can see it. Thank you. Okay, now, this is what they will tell you. You are not motivated. They're going to tell you you need to be disciplined. Okay, they will tell you, and this is what I used to believe, right? And that's what they know. People will give you what they know, what they've been taught. But I am this type of person that believe that there is more to just what you've been told. Okay, there is more to what you've been told. As you keep saying there is more to what you've been told, you're progressing into the mind of God, where he will tell you that which separate you from the crowd. But if you're just accepting everything that the crowd is telling you, even what I'm saying now, it's an invitation for you to go and sit with God. I've told you here or reminded you of your identity, which is the image and the likeness of God. That is the identity. But guess what? In the identity, there's your blueprint. So that's the blueprint that you need to identify. Yes, you read it. So the reason why it doesn't stick with most of you, because it's so generalized, it looks like, okay, I'm just reading it. So that's why most of you, thank you. Oh, thank you. So that's why most of you, you're not seeing the change that you're supposed to see in that moment. It has just become something that I've read over and over again. In the image and the likeness of God that you are, there is a blueprint. So what is your blueprint? What separates you from the other people? That's why we keep having singers every single time. We have the Beyoncés, we have the Rihannas, right? These are all great singers. We had our dear Michael Jackson, okay? His movie's out, so I just remember it. All these people, but we still having new people because of what? There is a blueprint. Have you identified your blueprints? Let's come back. I told you it's gonna get deeper, okay? That's why let's keep tapping. And those who are tapping, merci beaucoup. Je vous apprécie. Thank you so much. Now, they'll tell you need more discipline. They'll tell you need more motivation, okay? A better habit, the habit tracker. You need more accountability. But don't get me wrong. Let's be honest. All these things, they help. All these things, they help. but you need to identify the one that works for you, the one that will help you. Okay, so now I'm not saying that, okay, these things, they don't work. No. The people that brought these things to us, that was their blueprint. Remember, we are all sharing our blueprints with you. So my blueprint may not stick with you, but guess what? I've done this many times enough that I know, and that was my framework, that I know that once you understand, that's why I do identity work. When I'm working with you, I don't sell a framework to you. I take you back to who you are. And that's why I will tell you, while you're on this journey, do not do it by yourself. Do not do it by yourself. You invite God on the journey because he's the one that knows you. He's the one that knows part of the things that you did not know. Thank you so much, right? In my moment, when I was going through my moment, I started asking questions. I'm like, wait, because I believe I'm the image and the likeness of God. Then, if I'm the image and the likeness of God, that means I am love because God is love. But why is it that I was angry, mean, nasty, hateful? All the definition of love that it says love was, I was the opposite of it. What happened? Like, Linda, what is happening here? And the answer was what now led me to know I need to go deeper into this. So when you ask the right question, they said when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. Okay, so let's continue. So, and they go work on those things. So when you've been told you need more discipline, so you put more strength into discipline. You believe that, okay, I need more of the discipline. You're doing it in the opposite way. They tell you you need motivation. You go look for motivation. You have motivation for 3 days, and then you crash on the 4th day. The pattern is wiring and rewiring itself deeper and deeper. So you go find all the things that you think you're missing, and it still doesn't hold. And now you feel worse because you're trying with your human strength. You're trying with everything that they told you you lack, but it looks like none of these things are working. I've done it. I can tell you, it might feel like I'm reading you, but not only am I sharing the experience with you, I'm also sharing the pattern that my clients have gone through over and over again. So once I walked them through the framework, they started understanding, oh my goodness, this is where the loop was. That's why I kept living my past years into the present year. And I keep playing or catching up over and over again. So that it's not a willpower problem, right? It's not even, you're not wanting it bad enough. It's beyond that. This is an identity problem. And the nervous system is the proof. So here is the truth that changed my life. Do you want to know that the truth that changed my life? Do you want to hear about the truth that changed my life? Let me know. Remember, from someone who used to be a chronic starter. Chronic starter. Americans will say starter. Okay. Oh my goodness. It feels good to be free. It feels so good to be free. It wasn't fun back then. I couldn't laugh about it. But now I have what it takes to laugh about it. This thing tortured me too much. The shame. Ay. Let me laugh about it. Okay, somebody said yes. Very good. Now, remember when I said we are made in the image and the likeness of God? That has always been one of my anchor scripture. Okay, that has always been my anchor belief system. Now, when it says that you are the image and the likeness of God, and I told you, you have your blueprint. Within that image, you have your blueprint. And the scripture just came in, so please receive the scripture. I wasn't preparing on saying this. It says, in my Father's house. Who is pulling this thing out of me? Who? This one never showed up. Something else came. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay, Holy Spirit, do your work. Okay, wait. So, remember when I said, and this is in Genesis 1, let's go, right? This is Genesis 1, 26, 27. It says this. The image, I'm just paraphrasing, but the anchor word is image and likeness. This is the general. Okay? This is the identity that is in. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Somebody says, speak, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody is pulling that. It wasn't part of what I was going to teach, but hey, God, take over. Now, this is the image and the likeness. That's what we are. That's who we are. Within the image and the likeness, there is a blueprint, your blueprint, okay? Your blueprint, which is your identity blueprint. Blueprint. So identity, your identity blueprint. Okay, your identity blueprint. That's why Jesus said, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. So within, oh, this one, thank you, God. Okay, so within the image and the likeness, there is your identity blueprint. This is why I said, in my Father's house, okay, there are many mansions. So within the image and the likeness, there are different identity blueprints. That's why, okay, that's what makes us unique. That's what separates us from other people, even though we are made in the image and the likeness of God. The way you're going to sing is going to be different from the way I'm going to sing, even though the uniqueness is what? The general is the gift. Are you following? Please, if you're following, put 2 in the chat. We are diving deeper. If you're following, please put 2 in the chat. If you're following, please put 2 in the chat. I want to see at least 5 2s before I continue, because something is happening. And let's go. Let me see at least 5 2s before we go ahead. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I have 1. My dear Olebs is ready to roll. Okay, good job, good job, good job. Okay, I want to see 5 2s before we can continue. Let me make sure that you are here, present, and following. Or if there are no other 2s, we're just gonna chat. Okay, I want to see participation before we go. Let's go. You're gonna use this moment to breathe. We're gonna use this moment to breathe. Good job, everybody. Let's keep them rolling in. While you're waiting to bring them in, make sure you breathe. Make sure you breathe. Make sure you breathe. You want to regulate. A lot of information has been given to you. You want to regulate, okay? And I'm doing this for a reason. Repeat, please. Thank you. Okay. What did I even say? Okay. If you want me to continue, put 2 in the chat. So we've had 1, 2 from this side. I'm the only one listening. I tell you, you're the only one. Oh my goodness. I know people. Like people will tell you, this is deep. This is this. I know people. I'm a person myself. So see, that's what we do, because we use more. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. 3 more 2s, 3 more 2s. Very good. This is what we're going to do. If we don't have the other 2s, let's have a regulation moment. Let's have a regulation moment. In the next 1 minute, if we don't have more 2s, we're going to have regulation moment and we'll continue the live. I'm going to end the live on TikTok, okay? But I'll continue on the other platform because I'm having the reaction that I need on the other platforms, okay? Even this one, you need it, okay? This is what I'm saying. We are, you see that? We are present physically, but mentally, emotionally, we are not, okay? What's the other platform? She's like, bump these people. Let's go to the other platform. The other platform is YouTube. What's the other? These people, I love y'all. The other platform is YouTube and IG. So when you go on YouTube, it's going to be Reset with Coach Sheffy. But how many more do we have here? Okay, how many more do we have here? In the next 1 minute, if we don't have what we need, let's reset. We're gonna regulate the nervous system. Okay, we're gonna regulate the nervous system, and then yeah, and then we're gonna end it on TikTok and continue here. When is the 1 minute? Okay, at 11:50. Very good. I want you to break out of that pattern. I'm not being mean. I'm not being bossy, but I know what I'm doing, okay? I really know what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't want you to keep showing up, taking the information, and nothing is changing. I used to be there. I used to be there. Just have to. It's okay. I used to be there, so I know the pain, all these things that comes with it. Okay, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. We are there. Hey, my eyes are on. We are listening to earphone, far from phone. I know. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. You guys don't know how much I want you to be transformed, like the change, the shifts. You don't know. Because a lot of things just become information and then we don't do anything about it. That's how the pattern keeps happening. I want somebody to come and tell me, coach, what you taught me, I apply it and I change. I've had people coming, by the way, saying that, but I don't want this just to be on information. And we use moments like this just for information. It's beyond just coming on TikTok teaching, I want that transformation to happen for you. I know how it feels like, the freedom that comes with it. And that's what I want you to experience. Okay, time is up. Let's regulate. Let's regulate. Let's regulate. Okay, it's okay. You have not lost anything. If you feel like you've lost something, no, you haven't. Okay. If you feel like, oh my goodness, we have all these people and they couldn't even tap, it is okay. Nothing is lost. You can do the replay on my YouTube. Okay, you can do the replay there. But even what we're gonna do right now is very important. I am going to leave what I was gonna share with you, but I'll lead you through regulation, okay? Now, I want you to rub your hands. We are working on being present. Nervous system regulation is as simple as what? Intentionality, being intentional. Most of us, we move through life not even being present in our body, right? And we are repeating the cycle, the pattern over and over again. So some of the things that I do is that you should also try is this. When you're going through your busy days, create a moment intentionally to connect. You're going to see that as I start talking about regulation, the cadence, I believe he said, is changing because I'm being cautious of my breathing. One of the ways that you can regulate is through breathing, okay? So you inhale through the nose, feel the sensation in your nostril. 4 count. Now hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Exhale through the mouth. Very good. You're gonna inhale through the nose on a 4 count. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Do that again. You can put one hand on the chest, the other one on the belly. Now, here on the board, I put part of the body that pain is stored. The main part is the head. So when we talk about head, we talk about the forehead. Okay, we talk about the jaw, right? We're talking about, now the other part is the throat. When you want to express yourself, people will tell you, keep quiet, you're talking too much. So you cannot express yourself, okay? So your throat, your chest, okay? Your shoulders, your back, your hip. The hip is connected with productivity, okay? That's even where, when we talk about mother wound, is productivity, the hip. For those who are on YouTube, they can see it. Let me see what I can do, and I'll bring it back up. Okay, so here, that's why in African dance, okay, especially in West Africa and Central Africa, the movement that we do has to do with the hip. It has to do with our identity, the shame, every personality, things that happen to us is at the hip level. You see that? That's why, unfortunately, some people use sex as stress release. You see that? Okay? So When you hold the tension at the hip level, it has to be released. If you're struggling with productivity, if you're struggling with identity, you're struggling with to know who you are and be consistent, that means there's a tension, the pain or the emotional tension that is being held here. I would like to talk to you. Yes, please send me a message, okay? So now, another one is the feet. The tension is held in the feet. That means you're not grounded. Hello, hello, who's this? Send me, is it the one? Okay, okay, I'm sorry. Send me a DM. After the live, you send me a DM in my inbox. Yeah, that's what I meant, okay? Now, very good. Now, let's try to release some of the tension. Gentle creates human connection by putting hand on your chest and rub as if you're giving yourself a massage. Please be gentle with yourself. And the other one on the belly. Okay, the stomach. Very good. Very good. Thank you for the follow, my people. Okay. Good job. I saw a question that came in. The person wants to know, how do you stop procrastination when you have exam? I'm not going to answer that right now, okay? Because we are being done on TikTok, but I just want to help you regulate. And please do things like this throughout the day. Because remember, that which makes you legal on this earth is this body. Most people, you're living outside of your body and you're repeating patterns. Connect when you have moment to connect with yourself so that when you go to bed, you don't go to bed the same way. The way you go to bed is the same way you wake up, right? Very good. Now, we're going to release some of the tension at the chest level, which is also the heart. We carry a lot on our heart. So what you do is you bring your chest out. I'm going to turn my back. So normally when you bring your chest out, you're also working on the shoulders. Tension, stress, you hold them on your shoulder, okay? So it's like, it goes like this, in, out. Very good. Now, naturally, you cannot be moving the chest and not moving the hip. So everything is connected, your spine. In Benin, one of the countries in West Africa, they have a dance called the spine dance, okay? The spine, it helps you release tension there too. So this is what you're doing. If you're doing this, it also helps with your posture, your charisma, your personality. Because when we go through shame, what happened? How do we say that? We tuck in, okay? We tuck in. Please, if someone is pregnant, please be careful of some of the movement, okay? Please be careful, be gentle, know your body, right? Very good. Let's go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Movement like this. If you're feeling sad, start doing movement like this. It will help you to bounce back. Not only is it helping you to release the tension at the chest level and the back, what you're also doing is your posture as a person. Okay, sometimes when I talk to my children and then you see them do, that's what it is. Okay, and most of us, we've done this. and most of thank you. I have people that are protecting me in the chat. Whatever they're doing, let them do it. Okay, so most of them, we carry this shame and we're moving with this shame along our life, and we have at least 20 years of shame that we're moving with. Now, I'm gonna stop here and I'll go back to the teaching on YouTube and on IG. I appreciate you all, and please, it's not something to punish you, but I did it for a reason. I will see you. I will try to come on live tonight. I will try. But if not, thank you so much. But if not, okay, I'll come over there. Follow me. Let's go. Okay, but if not, I've been coming in the morning and this session, so definitely you will see. But I'll try. I'll try. I'll see you all. I appreciate each and every one. Let me say thank you to people here. Monique, Thank you, Monique. Oleves, thank you. Thank you for me. Beryl, I did not see you. Thank you so much. I can't read this name, but I appreciate you. Magdalene, thank you so much. Vision, my people are in the house. Thank you. Start, thank you. Owuswa, thank you. Guru, thank you, thank you. La grâce de Dieu, merci beaucoup. Andy, thank you. Yakuba, thank you. Han, thank you. What is this? Mohammed, thank you. Moon, thank you. Sam, sorry if I can't read your name. The light is right in my face. But thank you. Richie, thank you. Create Love, thank you. Ahmed, thank you. Lizzie, Powerhouse, thank you. Daniela, thank you. Javier, thank you. Nico, thank you. Altia, welcome. Thank you. Mario, thank you, everybody. Oh, yes, I know. Thank you. I love you all. I will see you either tonight or tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Okay, YouTube. Okay, let's go. Let's go, YouTube. Okay, YouTube and Instagram, we are live and rolling. I needed to do that with my people on TikTok. Okay, so this is what we're doing. The question that I asked them is where we stop was this, okay? Because this is very important. This is very important. You are made in the image and the likeness of God. That is who we are. But within the image and the likeness of God, there is a blueprint, okay? Within the image and the likeness of God, there is a blueprint. Within the image and the likeness of God, there is a blueprint. And that's your identity blueprint. That's the identity blueprint that most people don't know. That's the identity blueprint that most people don't identify. So they end up identifying themselves with the crowd. Guess what? Within the crowd, there is a uniqueness. It's called a hand. When all is put together, we call it the hand. But when it's separated, it's called finger. And these fingers, they have their name. We have the ring finger, the middle finger, the small one. So they all have their distinction in between. When we talk about the hand, we have the hand, but the hand is created by the fingers. But this is what most of you are doing right now. Most people, they think they are the hand. Now, because you think you are the hand, you can find yourself as that unique person that is part of the rest of the fingers. So you are confusing, or not even confusing, you are lost in the crowd. Do you see that? If you're just joining the live and you're also watching this on a replay, we are talking about how to stop self-sabotage, repeating the same pattern. So now, I told you the image and the likeness of God is who we are as a person. Within the image and the likeness of God, it says there is the blueprints, your identity blueprint. So we have identity blueprints within, I put S at the end. We have identity blueprints, or we have blueprints within within the image and the likeness of God. So we are hidden in the image and the likeness of God. So that's why Jesus will say, in my Father's house, there are what? Many mansions. So there are many people or many places in God. So in my Father's house is what? Is the presence of God. Within the presence of God, we have that uniqueness. Within the presence of God, then our blueprint is being revealed. Earlier on my live this morning, when I came at 5 o'clock, on my live, I was teaching people, I was reminding them I told them, God is the mirror, okay? God is the mirror, because we are the image and the likeness of God. So when we are seeing ourselves in the mirror, usually we see our face, but that's the attributes, okay? That's the attributes and the uniqueness of God that we're supposed to see. Let me say that again. I know for some of you, it might be a little fast. So let's make this slower. Now, When we say the image and the likeness of God, that is what we are carrying. So when you are about to look at your face, God is the mirror. So when you're seeing yourself in God, you're seeing you. So identity work is never done outside of God. In God you live, in Him you move, in Him you have your existence. So when, for instance, you're struggling with procrastination, the person that asked me that question on TikTok, I wish they could be here. When you're struggling with procrastination, it's because of where you are taking this from. When you're struggling with being consistent, it's because of where you're taking this from. Now, let's come back here. So if I am the image and the likeness of God, that means I carry the attributes of God. In the attributes of God, so the characteristic of God, they are also in you. You see what I'm saying? So one of the characteristics of God that we are lacking, so whenever you're lacking or you do, whenever that aspect of God has not been revealed, whenever that aspect of God has not been revealed to you yet, you'll be lacking it in your identity. I knew tonight was going to be something different. Okay, I'm going to write it down. And this is someone who used to be a chronic starter, so I know what I'm talking about, okay? Whenever an attribute of God, or whenever a character of God, or whenever an aspect of God has not been revealed to you yet, you are going to lack that in your identity. This is one, when we say God is known as what? The Alpha Omega. It means what? Beginning, the one that begins, beginning and end. This is an attribute of God, the one that starts and the one that finishes. So if you're made in the image, okay, if you're made in the image and the likeness of God, image and likeness of God, if you're made in the image and the likeness of God, meaning this is also on you. Most of you think that you do not carry this image. Most of you think that you do not have this image. So that's why you're struggling. And guess what? It's not just coming from nowhere. Your nervous system brings to you what is familiar. The nervous system protects the old self, the old part of you. Okay? So when the brain has scanned your life, the brain didn't see any track record of someone that starts and finishes. So anytime the brain scans your life, that which the brain is seeing is this. The only track record that the brain has is this. This person, they starts, but they never follow through. And that's where your brain is wired around. Now, listen to this. And this is the truth that changed everything. I just shared part of it to you. This is the spiritual aspect of things. Most of you're using physical resources. Very good. You're using physical resources for something that is deeper than human understanding. Okay? You try reading the books, you bought the courses, you did everything that they told you. Maybe you only read 10 pages and that was it. You're like, okay. But you know that there is more to just this life of, just showing up partially. You want to show up fully, but you're showing up partially. So you've tried with all the things that were suggested. But have you tried wiring your brain around the fact that you carry a blueprint in you, and that blueprint is the image and the likeness of God? So within the image and the likeness of God, there is a blueprint. And when we say we are the image and the likeness of God, that means we carry the attributes of God, which is what one of them is the Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega means the person that starts, or he who starts, Okay, he who starts and finishes, he who is the beginning, which is the starter, and he who also finishes. So when the brain is scanning to find a track record, all that the brain is seeing is the moment that you never showed up. The moment that you said you keep breaking promises to yourself. So that's all the brain knows about you. So this is what helped me, part of this, right? Most of this. And then I started digging in deeper. I'm like, okay, that's the God aspect. Now, what does science say? What does neuroscience say? So here's the truth that will change your life and the lives of people that I've worked with, people that have been able to assist business owners, students, people that just have daily life activity and all those things. So your nervous system does not respond to your goals. Your nervous system responds to your identity. That's why it feels like you said, I'm going to study. Okay. That student, the person that just asked me on TikTok, why is it that how can you stop procrastinating? So the nervous system does not respond to your goals. Whatever goal you have, the nervous system doesn't respond to it. It responds to your identity. And what is identity? Right? So that's what the nervous system responds to. Who you are, who you were, that's the track record. That's the belief system that is wired in the nervous system. So when you try to behave your way into a new life without first becoming the person who lives that life, right? Your nervous system treat the new behavior as a threat. The nervous system will see that moment as a threat. So when you're trying to force something on you that you never lived, because remember, the nervous system brings to you what is familiar, not what you have asked it to do. So in the past, and that past could just be yesterday, up until you decide to shift or to change, the nervous system have a 20 years record about you. So maybe you're 35 years now, you've procrastinated your whole 20 years. So if you tell the nervous system you're doing something different today, he heard you. He will give you the 3 days, of you showing up, because that's what you've done in the past, the 6 days. Let me give you an example. One of my clients in our session was like, Coach, I think I'm going to start over the journal again. And this person pushed hard to be consistent for day 6. For day 6. So she's like, Coach, I think I'm going to start over again. Because there was part of the work that I didn't do. I was supposed to write more. I said, no, do not. You are not going to do that. Not today. That's the trick of the nervous system. Because she's about to break through her record of doing things for 6 days. Now the nervous system will start giving you suggestions. So it comes as suggestion. Why don't you do it better? You see that you could have written that in another way. That's the trick. Because in the process of you trying to change, now you've wired that part of your brain again that says she or he only shows up for 6 days. She's going to break through on the 7 days. Then you start seeing faults. But guess what? You forget that you're on a journey to rebuild your self-trust. So when you keep going back to fix things, the nervous system is not seeing it as you fixing things. It's seeing it as you going back. So you're starting, that's the loop right there. That's the cycle right there. This is the work that I do with my clients, right? This is the work so the nervous system doesn't see it as a new person. So what I told her is this: no, don't go back. Now that you know that you should have done better, go in front of the mirror, because guess what? The nervous system is projecting the old self to her. Now, what do? You go in front of the mirror, you celebrate even you showing up for 6 days. For someone watching right now, maybe you only show up for 3 days. And you have showed up. So in the past, you show up for 3 days. But you show up for 2 days, so you have 1 day mark to hit your goal. To hit your goal. So what do? You go in front of the mirror. There is something called the reticular activating system. You go in front of the mirror. So you outsmart the brain. You outsmart the brain. You outsmart the brain. If you have a goal that you want to reach, and you've never done it, throughout the day, see yourself doing it throughout the day, because the brain can tell what is real and what is not. So when you're seeing yourself, for instance, sometimes it might be challenging for me to come in the evening and have my life. So what do? I see myself doing it throughout the day. So if I've seen myself doing it throughout the day, I've already wired my brain around that which I have done. And where is this coming from? I'm coming from this part. So when I keep telling you, the brain needs to see the one that has done it before, you have to wire your brain around it. So throughout the day, I see myself, okay? I see myself, and this that I'm even saying it, that means I am forced to come on live tonight, because y'all hearing me like, Coach, you said you're gonna go. All these things are done intentionally. I'm not gonna lie to you. And if you're following, you can catch what I do, right? So all these things, they are done intentionally. So I see myself doing it. Now I've said it out loud. Am I not gonna show up tonight? Remember when I was closing the TikTok, I'm like, okay, I'll try to come. But hey, I just told you what I do, right? So if you're having a challenge right now to be consistent, find in your circle, other than you outsmarting the brain with this, find in your group, in your circle, someone that has that ability to show up no matter what. Someone that is so determined and borrow their determination. They become your accountability. But I know most of you are in groups that you cannot even have this. So that's why that is what I offer my clients beyond coaching. We build structure, the structure that will anchor who you are. Okay? So now you see here. And I was teaching you about the mirror. I said, God is your mirror. So when you're seeing yourself through the mirror that is God, in that mirror, what you're seeing is this, the one that begins and ends. And so that's what is being projected in your nervous system. That is what your ears are hearing. That's what you're seeing. Now that you know this, when you are looking at yourself in the mirror to celebrate the small win, you start telling these things to yourself. You're not making it up. Most of you, it's difficult for you to even follow through because it feels like you're lying. Now you have something to rest on, which is God, because you're made in the image and the likeness of God. Your brain was resisting you because the brain was seeing all these things that you were saying as a lie. That's why visualization doesn't work for most of you. Because when you say, okay, see my future self, the brain is like, what are you talking about? The old self is waiting on you, is holding on to you. But only if you knew, instead of thinking that you're becoming something new, what you need to know is this: you're not becoming something new or someone new. That person that you're trying to manifest, I put it in quotes, is just dormant. And I love giving this example. If I'm playing hide and seek with my children, no, yeah, hide and seek, or scavenger hunt with my children, and I hide the egg, the fact that they don't see the egg doesn't mean that the egg is not there. The egg is there. The egg has always been there. You see that? So the fact that you forget about who you are doesn't mean that you are not this person. So most people are doing the work the opposite way. So it's hard for even your brain to visualize that. But when you go back and remember who you were, and you build your identity, not even build your identity, the identity is already there, but there is an old identity that is holding on to who you truly are. So the Alpha and the Omega is in you, the beginning and the end, the one that starts and finishes. That's why I said the author and the finisher of my faith. So all these attributes are in you. So anytime you're looking at yourself in the mirror, which is, what are you doing? You're working on you're activating your reticular activating system to help you compress time. All those times that you've lost, the reticular activating system is going to help you. That is why I have a program, it's 3-month program, that is happening in June, okay? June, July, August. It's starting on June 27, June 27, a 3-month program. And this program is called How to Do More in 3 months than most people in 3 years. This is the process that most of my clients have been through. And some of them are business owners, and they will tell you the amount of multiplication or the amount of money that they have made and people that they have been connected with by working with me. And I don't take any glory in it, but I'm just glad that God has put them on my way. And most of them, they will tell you this, Coach, I prayed to God and then God brought you on my path. That's what most of you will tell you. So if you feel like you're tired of this pattern, because guess what? If nothing is done, you are going to repeat your 2026 in 2029. That's just what it is. Because most of you, you're living in the past in this moment. Physically, you are here, but mentally, emotionally, you're stuck in the past. Mentally, emotionally, you're living illusion. So the present is today. The past is whatever may have happened 3 or 5, 10 years ago. So you're living in 2020, but 2026. The past is a memory. In the past, there is no life. Life is in the present. Illusion is in the future. So let's bring it to the place that we were. The problem is that the version of yourself is protecting your old version, a version that was formed in survival, a version that God already told you to leave behind, a version that, you thought you were leaving behind, but every time you move forward, that version pulls you back. So you are not in a discipline loop. You are in an identity loop. You're stuck in an identity loop. So right now, just like I did on TikTok, of course, I am also a nervous system research specialist. I'm going to lead you through breathing right now. I know this is a lot of information. Let us just breathe for 10 seconds. Okay, we're going to do the breathing for 10 seconds and then we'll continue. Inhale through the nose. What you're doing is you're releasing tension on your chest, okay? Forcefully exhale is intentional. Inhale. Very good. One more time. Inhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. We're going to release the leaf. You see the things that we do as children, we thought we were just playing, but we are naturally wired to regulate. We are naturally wired to regulate. But as we're growing, you're like, oh, I need to pay bills. Who has time for this? Let's try this, okay? Inhale. Inhale. Very good. Good job, everybody. Now, very good. Good job. Let's continue. Now, I want to share a part of my life with you. I've been sharing that since we started, but let me share this with you. It is okay. It's fine. Oh, my dear friend. Yes, we are almost at the end, but it's okay. Please send me a DM on my WhatsApp. Okay, send me a DM on my WhatsApp and I will send you the calendar for you to book your one-on-one session with me. Okay, thank you. But you can watch the replay on YouTube. It's Reset with Coach Sheffy on YouTube. Now, this is the thing. Every time, okay, and like I share with you, or maybe we should just go ahead because I've shared this already. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. The work that I do with my clients, that most people, like I told you about how to do more in 3 months than most people in 3 years. This is an invitation. If nothing changes, okay, if nothing changes, you're going to keep repeating your years over and over again. I remember some months ago, I was in my car, and because we're heading toward the end of the year that time, and I'm like, wait, I wanted to play catch up. Like, wait. How can I get more done in 3 months? And just like it felt like somebody was sitting beside me, you know how like you're in a car with your friend, and then the person be like, how can I get more done with God in 3 months than most people in 3 years? I'm like, wait. So that it was just me. But that was the response that I got back. And I knew that that's an invitation to go higher. Okay. That is why the book is about to launch very, very soon. Okay. That is why I do this work, because I know what it feels like to be capable. I know what it feels like to be capable on the outside and stuck in the inside. I know it. I've lived it. You have this image. You have your false image that you're moving in life with. And a lot of people think that you're achieving goals. You're pretending. But in within, you know that you're moving in a false identity. And some of you might be stuck in, the manifestation. You're doing it the wrong way. What you need is the identity. What identity does is this: it positions you. Identity positions you for more. Once you are in that place, you are aligned and in line for your promotion, because you are in God. He that sits in the presence of God, because you're in him. How can you be misaligned? Most people are misaligned because they are trying to manifest. They are trying to create. You co-create with God. It's called co-creation for a reason. It's already there, but now you need to partner with what? Activating that part of you that God has given you. Everything comes from God. You cannot do anything outside of him. In the beginning and the end, you are that entity inside of it. Okay? So now, before we sabotage, or before we, there is a pattern, there is a loop. It's called the identity loop, right? And this identity loop is the pattern that most people keep repeating. Now, I want to walk you through the framework that most people don't know. What is the framework? There is 6 stages. I said 6 stages. No, 6 stages. There are 6 stages that lead to the identity loop. What is the first one? The ignition. I spoke about that. The ignition is the starter. Like something will happen and then it starts you over and over again. You told yourself things are going to be different. And then you have that inspiration. And day 3, you're already disengaged. That's the stage 1. Stage 2 is this, the honeymoon. The honeymoon, everything is going well. You're taking action. All things are going perfectly. You're like, why did I even stop from the beginning? Why did I stop at the beginning? What made me to stop? That's stage 2. And it's called the honeymoon. Stage 3 is the friction point. What is the friction point? While you're in your momentum, building momentum, right? While you're in the momentum, building momentum, then something happened at you. Maybe your child is sick, maybe the weather is bad. That is the friction. That's the part where most people feel like they want to stop because it's getting hard. Okay, maybe something gentle, you got a feedback from your boss, but you're not prepared enough to take that feedback at the right place. So that's the friction. Stage 4 is the withdrawal. Now, remember, the people that I work with are people that keep repeating the pattern. So when things like this happen, because you're not wired for that moment, you're going to draw back. You're going to withdraw. So you pull back. Not completely, but you pull back. You tell yourself, I'm just taking a break. I need to take a break this moment. I need to recalibrate. Some people may even make this religious by saying, I'm being still. I know that used to be my fallback message. I'm being still because it says be still and know. Are you really being still? Or is that your language to sabotage on that which God is doing in that moment? You see that? So you tell yourself, I'm recalibrating. I'll come back. I just need a minute. I just need a minute. And sometimes we over-spiritualize things, okay, to make it look like we are all that, all special. Yes, we are, but hey, please stop. Now, stage 5. So stage 4 is the withdrawal. Stage 5 is the shame spiral. Usually when you keep repeating, not showing up, it comes with shame. There is a message around that, right? So because the brain draws you back to what you used to do. When you told yourself, I'm only going to pause for a minute, now this minute turns into a week, The week turns into a month. And now the shame comes in. And you start asking yourself questions like, who do you think you are? Who are you even fooling? You always do this. So you start being very hard on yourself. You start using languages that will break you down. You said this time it was going to be different. Then you start having conversation with yourself. And that's shame. And that's what shame does. Right? And you start being hard on yourself, pointing fingers, blaming yourself. And the fact that you're blaming yourself is because the brain took you back to the past, and the brain has a track record of many times that you did not show up. So that is the old identity trying to keep you in your lane. And stage 6 is the forced reset. And eventually you said, I'm going to start over. So the pattern keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. That's why most of you are starting over and over and over again. So the goal is not to start over. The goal is to reset from your identity. The goal is to reset from who God says you already are. Okay? This is what it is. Now, I want to tell you about someone I work with. She came to me. She was at stage 5. What is stage 5? If you know what stage 5 is, put it in, which is the shame spiral, right? So she came in at stage 5 with the shame spiral. She was deep in the shame, very deep in shame spiral. So she had built something real, her own business, but she kept getting to a certain revenue point and collapsing. She couldn't go beyond that. So she kept repeating the same shame spiral over and over again. So every time, same point, but different reason, and the same results. So she thought she had a marketing problem. Please follow this. What we don't understand is we don't know that our identity flows through everything that we do. That's why I told you, it's not just about manifestation. It's beyond manifestation. It's identity. Okay? And when we talk about identity, once you know that your identity is in God, I told you the image and the likeness of God. In the image and the likeness of God, there is your blueprint, your identity blueprint. You are not building outside of God. You are in God. Okay? Thank you for those who are joining on Instagram. We are on 2 platforms. It was 3, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. So if you want to watch this on a replay, you can watch it on replay on YouTube, which is Reset with Coach Sheffield. But welcome, Siobhan. Long time, Siobhan. Welcome. Okay, let's go. Now, I was telling you about my client who had deep shame, was moving through the shame spiral, right? So she thought she had a marketing problem. She thought she had a strategy problem. But what we end up identifying is what? Is identity that had never been allowed to hold the success she was reaching for. Okay, so she was moving around with this identity that had never had the ability to hold the success that she was reaching for. So we spent 90 days now working on strategy. When you come to work with me as a business owner, we go deeper. Strategy will keep you stuck. Most of you are working with the strategy. So we're now working on strategy. We work on her identity loop. We found the friction points and reset her nervous system response to growth. And now what did we do? We replaced the shame narrative with creative words rooted in who God says she was. Okay? Rooted in who God says she was. And everything started shifting in her environment. Things started aligning in her environment. Things started hearing the message of the identity. So if anything else is not in that alignment, what happens? They have to fall off, naturally fall off. So when you say, I matter, what you're actually saying is, you're giving a message or a notice to the other things that are not part of your identity to start falling off. Do you see that? So what we did in this night, what some of the things that we did in the 90 days is we replaced the shame narrative with the creative words rooted in who God says she was. Now who her history told her that she was. Okay? Now who her children told her that she was. And now, within the 3 months, she signed multiple clients at a price point that she had never charged before. Not because I gave her a script. I don't give scripts. Right? Because she finally believed she was the person who could hold that kind of client. When you don't believe it, you do not attract it. When you don't believe it, you are not positioned for it. When you don't believe it, you do not become it. It comes from the identity. So that's what identity work does. And it's not done outside of God. That's what the nervous system reset makes people possible to do, right? And that is what happens when God is the foundation of the blueprint. That is what happens when God is the foundation of the blueprint, not just the motivation, right? Now, if this sounds familiar, and that is exactly what I have the I Matter journal, right? And the group coaching program, they are designed for a moment like this. Remember, I told you in June, we are starting the 3-month session. I am so excited because I've done this. I have a track record. I have a proof of how this can compress. By the way, when I say how to get more done in 3 months than most people in 3 years, the part that I didn't tell you, that was this. It says what? What I heard back exactly was this. How can I get more done in 3 months with God than most people in 3 years? And I tell you, when God tells you that, when you hear that, that means your life is about to be transformed. The things that you're comfortable doing, it's not going to happen. Okay? So let me just tell you, let me just put it out there. That's what is going to happen. So this is a 30-day. Now, the link, for those, now it feels so good to say link. TikTok, I have to spell it out. Now, the link, because I'm going to repost this, by the way. So the link will be on in the first comment, right? I'm going to post it, repost it. The link will be in the first comment. Or you can also send me a DM that says blueprints for you to get that. So this is not a course, by the way. This is a 30-day identity blueprint. Okay, actually, it's 90 days identity blueprint with group coaching access. You do not have to keep starting over. Okay, you don't have to keep starting over. Now, let me see some of the answers that are coming in. I see my people. Hey, Monica, my dear Monica. My dear Monique, welcome, welcome, welcome. Any questions so far? Author and finish, I tell you. Like, I was like, wait, what? What are we talking about here? The author and the finisher. Okay, any questions so far before we dive in? Once you shift your awareness, so by the way, what I like to do, I don't like having a lot of people on the session, like on a session like this, right? Because I want to work with a few people. Transformation is my inspiration. Transformation is my drive, right? It's not about saying, oh, I did this and I had an amount of this. No. And this is not a 90-day of grinding. This is not a 90-day of hustle. 90 days of God. 90 days of God. Where in moment like that, some of you, your mother wound will be healed. Okay? The reason why you're not productive right now, because you might be carrying a mother wound. You might be carrying a father wound. And some of you, when I'm talking about a mother wound and a father wound, it doesn't necessarily mean that you got this from both of them. It may just be, maybe you got this from one of them who carries both. Okay? If you grew up with your mom and your mom is, like kind of a single household, so that means your mom is trying hard to take care of you. So she has to show up strong. So maybe you're carrying both father wound and mother wound. So that's why some of you are resisting authority. And when you resist authority, you know what it means? You're resisting God. Now things are being hard. You're like, why is it hard with me? That resistance is sending a message into your environment. So it's not a 90 days of grinding. It's not a 90 days of hustle. It's a 90 day of God. Intentional alignment, identity first, 90 days of letting the nervous system catch up to the person God already declared you to be. Okay? That is the promise. More done in 3 months, more done. You're going to get more done in 3 months with God than most people would do in 3 years without this foundation. You have tried. And we all know you have tried. But let me know, in your trying, how far did you get? How far did you get? I've lived this. I've walked client through it. And I wrote, and the book is about to come out very soon. Right? How to do more with God in 3 months than most people will do in 3 years. So if you want to accelerate the process, you want to be part of this group coaching. So even before you wait for the link that will be posted, put in blueprint or send me a DM. Okay, I know I have most of my TikTok people here. Send me a DM that says blueprint and I'll give you the link, because we're still building some of the, still adjusting few things. But you want to be one of the few people to be part of this group coaching, because those who are coming from the live, they are having a special discount off of this offer today. Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, now before I let you go, I want to give you one thing to walk away with. The next time you catch yourself in the loop, because it's going to happen, it is going to happen. The next time you catch yourself in the loop, the next time you feel the pull to withdraw, the next time you feel like you want to go quietly, the next time you want to let shame tell you that you always do this, the next time the brain is taking you into the past to blame yourself and say, why do I always do this? The next time, whenever next time is knocking on your door, I want you to ask yourself one question, one simple question. And it's this: am I resetting from my history or from my identity? Am I resetting from my history or from my identity? Because a reset from history will run the same loop, because you're using the same strategy that never worked, the broken record. So if you ask yourself, am I resetting from history or identity? Because that reset, remember, from history will run the same loop. A reset from identity will break it. That's where you want to be. And that is the work. That is what I do. And that is what, and that is what is available, okay, to you in this moment, right? Now, if you, I didn't see any questions so far. Let me see. I know my video started from, let me see. Okay. Okay, if there is no question, I'm gonna, okay. Okay, very good. Now, let's move this from here a little bit. Thank you all. Hello, hello, hello. Monica. Trendolina. Okay, so somebody did ask me if I'm live again, or is this a replay? Okay, no, I am live again. I was doing live on both platforms. And don't forget to like the live. Please, let's like the live, and you know, just like we do on TikTok, let's do the same here with the love. Let's keep, you know, sharing what we know to do best, okay? Thank you all. I'm gonna go live tonight. I am going live tonight, maybe briefly, but I'm gonna come on live tonight, and we're gonna set the whole thing again. You should see my setup. Finally, I got it. Finally, I got it. You should see my setup. So we're gonna go live again tonight, right? Where we're gonna dive in a little bit deeper. But of course, every time you come on my live, it's not gonna be the same, because it's identity work. Thank you. It's identity work. It's identity work. And guess what? When God is in it, everything is new. God is in it, everything is new. Okay, so I don't know what it's gonna be, but one goal, one thing that I know is how you can do more with God in 3 months than most people will do in 3 years. You don't want to miss this opportunity, because guess what? You blink your eyes, you will see 2027, but you're repeating 2026 in 2027, 2029. We don't want to keep repeating the pattern. This is Coach Sheffy, identity coach and nervous system research specialist, known as the motivational force. But this time we are not doing motivation work, we are doing identity work. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Au revoir tout le monde. Bye, everybody.